So we'll see first, BDD cucumber. Then we'll start automation. Okay. So what is BDD cucumber? This is one of the famous topic in the IT industry when you are in the automation. So you should be very familiar with this topic, and then you can apply this BDD cucumber option for Selenium as well as API also. For both you can apply. So let's understand first what is test-driven development. Test-driven development means, so you will write first automation test cases before coding is completed. And then you will execute the test cases. So on the application, whatever the application is available, then you will see the result if any test case failures happens, right? If test case failures happens, and then the development team will try to fix their code to make the test case pass. So what is that TDD means? First, development and automation test case will be written parallel. So whatever the application is available, based on that you will write it. If any automation test cases failed, based on that the development team will change their strategy to make it pass. That is the TDD approach. Then what is BDD approach? So BDD means behavior driven development. Basically, it is derived from TDD only. And here mostly will give a priority for the delivery of your features or your applications. Okay. So you will focus mostly on the delivery of the project. And also it reduces the gap between business people and technical people, so that what you are automating, they can also see and understand with this BDD approach. That means you will write a plain code, plain English statements, what you are automating. So basically you'll write a scenarios. Those scenarios will tell you very clearly and you will write all the scenarios in plain English, so that plain English can be read by anybody, right? So you will understand, business people will understand what you are automating. If anything misses also, they will tell you, okay, so this scenario is missing, please include that. And then you will write the scenario first, then you can automate that. That's a BDD approach means. First you will prepare the scenarios in plain English. That's a BDD. So where you will write all the test cases, your requirements in plain English. So with this approach, the gap will reduce between technical and non-technical people. So everybody can understand the functional flow, what you are automating, what is your application doing. But this is an approach, okay? This is a one framework. BDD is one framework. But that framework is supported by many tools. So you have, if you see, BDD supported tools. So you will get a lot of tools. 8 best behavior-driven development tools. Cheers. First one is a cucumber. Okay. So first one is a cucumber. So here is the one. Cucumber. Then J behave, fitness C, test left, spec flow, EZR. So these are the some of the Concordian, EZB, J-Fire Enterprise, J behave, fitness C, and test left, bean spec flow, and main cucumber. Cucumber is one of the famous one. Okay, so these are the some of the tools which are widely used. So BDD supported tools. There are a lot many in the market. Okay, so but one of the famous tool is cucumber. So BDD approach is supported by cucumber. J behave, spec flow, test left. Right, so these are all the different tools which support the BDD framework. And what is cucumber tool? Basically, cucumber is a tool which supports the BDD framework. Basically, the BDD framework supported tool, cucumber is the famous in the market. This is initially written in the Ruby, but later the support given to other programming languages also, like Java, C#, Python, other programming languages also it supports. That means you can write automation test cases using Java, Python, C#, anything, any other programming language also you can use. Then why only cucumber people are using? Why not others? Other tools also use it, but very rare compared to cucumber. Many people will prefer cucumber only. And cucumber is one of the open source tool. That's the first thing. And also, you can write a test cases using different languages, Java, Ruby, .NET, Python, like that, multiple languages you can use to write the test cases. You can integrate this cucumber with the Selenium, Ruby on Rails, Vatir, other web-based tools. Okay, that's what the cucumber, and also widely used BDD tool. But the architecture of BDD cucumber is just 3 modules. If you understand 3 modules, please pay attention for these 3 modules. It really helps you. One is a feature file. Second one is a step definition. Third one is a test runner. These are the 3 modules will be there in BDD cucumber. So what is there in the feature files? So feature files you will write, as I mentioned, plain English code. Plain English code you will write. Plain English code you will write. Dot feature. So dot feature file. You will create all the dot feature files. Each feature, one feature file you will create. Okay, one feature file you will create. That feature file so has this format like a feature, scenario, given, when, and then. These are the keywords you will use. So these are the keywords we call Gherkin keywords. Feature, scenario, given, when, and then. These are the keywords you will use, Gherkin keywords. Feature is a feature name. Okay? Feature, what feature you are testing, that feature name you will write. Scenario, you will write the, okay, so a feature can contain more than one scenarios. So each scenario you mention scenario name, like login with valid credentials, login with invalid credentials, different scenarios. Both are different scenarios. So a feature can contain multiple scenarios. One feature file below, you can write multiple scenarios. Okay. So given precondition steps, when, so you write the actions. So all the preconditional steps you can write. When is a action steps. The action is, okay, what you are doing. You are clicking, you are typing, you are checking the checkbox, you are selecting an option from drop down. All these options you can as action methods, right? Selecting a radio button. These are all action related. So those actions you will write with a when keyword. You will write with a when keyword. You will write with a when keyword. And so and is basically and you can use with when, with given, with then also. Then is basically post results verification. Post results verification. Basically, you can verify the expected and actual values. We can verify with the then keyword. So your actual after actions, we will get some output, right? That output you can verify with the then keyword. So that's a then. So this is the feature file. And then we have a step definition file. So what are the scenario steps you have written here? This is implemented in the step definition file. See, step definition. Each step here, whatever in the feature file, that step you will implement in the step definition file. Implementation means what? You will write the logic, basically. You will write the logic. So that's the step definition file. So step definition is going to have a plain Java class inside. You have a this Gherkin keywords will come as an annotation, and annotation is parenthesis, and this step name you will write. This whatever the step name here, that you will write exactly. The mapping should happen. And when keyword also same way. Each step is a Java method in the class. Each step is a Java method in the class. So when you're using and, you have to write there in the step definition when only. If you use and with when, so the instead of and, you have to write when only there. If you use and with given, you have to write a given, given. If how many ands you use, that many given you have to write. If you use and with then, you have to write a then only in the step definition. You cannot write a and. And is just a joining operator. Multiple steps you can join. That's a and purpose. So that's a step definition how you will write. Okay. And the last module is test runner file. So basically it is a kind of settings file. How you want your test file. So that you can run with a runner file also. Okay. Here you have to give the Cucumber options. You will give, okay, where is the feature file? Where is the step definition files? What kind of reports you want? Which tags you want to run? All this you can control in this runner file. That's the test runner file combination. Okay. So any questions?
No.
Okay. So, and let's move on to the one by one. A feature file is a file with a dot feature extension, so which describes the feature to test in easily readable descriptive language. That means you are plain English, you are writing a steps. So those steps are you are going to mention in the feature file. So the extension of feature file is dot feature file. Okay. And what is the Gherkin language? This is the Gherkin language. Feature, F capital, you have to write F capital. Colon, describe the feature to be tested. Scenario, S capital. So describe the scenario. Given, okay. What is the precondition? Like, opening the browser, opening the application URL. That's a precondition, right? For our test. So that you will write. Next, we have a when describe the action to be performed. Action to be performed. So and can be used anywhere. Basically joining the multiple steps. Then state the post condition after actions, what you want to verify. That is then. So that's so then keyword. And then, so this is the example for this. So feature is search in google.com website. So I want to go to google.com and search for Cucumber. Scenario is navigate to Google website and perform search. So that's a scenario. And given I have browser window open. And so when I navigate to google.com, search for Cucumber and search for Cucumber, then I should see Cucumber results page. That's the feature file, how you will write. So these are all called Gherkin keywords: feature, scenario, given, when, and then these are all called Gherkin keywords. So that's all about feature file. What is step definition? See, there is step definition. It's a small piece of code with a pattern attached to it. So pattern means the Gherkin keyword you will write at the rate, the Gherkin keyword name, parenthesis, the step name. So this is how you will write. At the rate, given, parenthesis, the exact step name, whatever you written in the feature file, that should match here. So here you will write at beginning, you will use caret symbol, end you will write with a dollar symbol. Then below you write a Java method. So I hope you all know Java method structure. That Java method structure you need to follow. And then this step related code you will write here. That step related code you will write. So this is how you will write. So exactly the feature file step name you will write here. This should match. So if you write here small and you are writing here capital, it won't recognize. Then your script won't run. So this tightly, you have to map exact same spaces, letters, everything should match. This is the step name you are writing in the feature file. Then the same you can write this step name itself is a method name. Step name itself is a method name. Okay. So that's the, then you write below method body inside, you write the code. So like this, each step you will write a pattern. This is the pattern. Then below Java method. So Java method inside you will write the logic. So this is in the step definition files. Then runner file. So this is a runner file and at the rate run with cucumber.class. So at the rate cucumber options, you give the feature file location and blue keyword is for the step definition file location. Plugin is reports. What type of reports you want? HTML reports, JSON reports, XML reports. And monochrome is a very important, and the console output you will get if you make it a true properly, you will get a console output in a readable format. If you put false, we don't know. So that is the, so next import statements you will do. And this is all about, these are the import statement, 3 import statements. So run with cucumber options. So what is cucumber options? Cucumber options is like a settings file. Okay, so where you will look for, where to look for the feature files, where to look for the step definition files, and how you want to run your test cases, all will be so maintained, controlled from this cucumber options. That's in the test runner file you will use. And these are all the dry run you will give. So dry run will check exactly step definition and feature file is implemented or not. You can check with this dry run feature. Then monochrome is just console output will come properly. You give true. You have to give true. If you give false, it won't come proper readable format. So features, the feature location you give glue. So you'll give step definition file location. plugin. It's just a reporting purpose, HTML report, JSON, and XML report. You will see tags. So this is the very important. So we can run the Cucumber test using tags. You specify the grouping, tags in the feature file, then you can run it here. So you have to give tags equal to curly bracket at the rate tag name you can give. Then only this tag related features scenarios will run. So there is scenario outline and data tables. So we'll see that scenario outline is basically it is used to run more than one scenarios, same scenario with the different sets of data, and you will use this scenario outline. We have seen scenario, right? Instead of scenario, if you use scenario outline, you can parameterize that steps, and that parameter names you can use here in the example section, and you will give the data here. So this is a data-driven testing purpose. You will use a scenario outline. Scenario outline. And you can use username and password. This is just example. These are the parameters you will use in the steps. So every scenario outline must be followed by example section. So scenario outline is followed by